Hey everyone, this is Tournament Rider from WCRplays.com, and today I'm going to do a orc vs. human game. After my last live audio, I said that's the next one I would do, and with the whole Star Wars challenge thing, Grubby vs. Sky, I thought, what a great way to show how to take care of human with orc, and I also have a couple of different ways you can do it. I'm not as ghostly as Grubby, but hey, they work for me, and lately I've gotten a lot better versus human, so you might want to listen if you care to. Anyway, if you're not at the replay, remember 1 minute, go ahead and get there. And so, let's go ahead and get this started. So, I'm going to go ahead and unpause in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, unpause. Okay. Grubby's point of view. Fog of War, you can go ahead and keep it on. Yeah, let's have Fog of War on. Okay, the first thing I noticed about Grubby is he has a really weird base build. Like, he always has a very open base. If you look at any of his replays, he doesn't do the standard, like, tight base thing most orc players do. He, puts buildings out there and, lets everything open. And I really don't know, about that. I mean, he's Grubby, so obviously he could beat me pretty easily. But I don't think that's the best way to go. Especially at our level of play, where burrows will get owned rather easily. I think it's a tight base formation probably better, less access to your burrows, and keeps them safer. So, because I mean, right now, you can just come in from the bottom and just completely own those burrows. Coming in from the right side, and the burrows are there. But if you had like a barracks in front of it, the melee units couldn't get there as easily. So I don't know. It's up to you. But anyway, he gets his Farseer out, and most orc players go quickly to harass, but he creeps, and I don't know why he creeps. He obviously wants the experience on his Farseer, so he can gain more levels and everything. But I think it's more beneficial to be harassing the human, because if they've crept their goblin lab, and you just let them creep that without any harassment at all, then they're gonna have easy level 2, pretty far in level 2, and if they get a Tomb of XP, they'll be just about level 3, and they're gonna have a go-to item. Maybe an aura, maybe just a good item. So, it's really your own choice, but I would harass it immediately. But anyway, so now he sees what the human is, and his first reaction, send the grunt to see if he's at the lab, but there's nothing there, so he sees the creep, so he brings it back. And if you look, Sky has a scout tower, but I'll talk about that in a bit. Okay, so he comes up, and he notices Sky is creeping these camps, and he just wants to focus weak units, because he wants to get experience out of the whole deal. He wants to level up his Farseer, and keep his opponent's Archmage from leveling. So he's just going to try and keep the wolves away, and he's going to try and focus various units. And he gets a footman pretty low, and so he's trying to kill it, and it's at 22 HP, but it has 2 HP left, and the Farseer just can't quite get to it. So you can summon the wolves in to go kill it, because 2 HP, they're gonna get there. But he has like the tower kill the footman, so there's no experience for Grubby. And again, at the go-to level, that's a pretty easy thing to do. Pretty easy way to get a head up on your opponent, because you're gonna lose that footman anyway. You might as well kill it yourself. I don't think it ever applies to heroes though. And I would never kill your own hero. But anyway, he lets Sky get a wolf that gives him level 2. I don't know why he's in that wolf in. It was kind of weak already, and he couldn't resummon, and just not a very great move. But I mean, he's owning so far. He already killed a footman, or he forced a footman to be killed. And he's gonna go ahead and try and creep the orange camp. He wants the item, but more he wants the experience. Now what he's gonna do is, this is signature Grubby style right here. He's going to send his grunts over to a green camp to creep that, so that he can have enough experience to level off of an orange camp, and you'll see what I'm talking about in a second. Because he's already creeped a green, and a green plus that major big ogre guy in the middle. That's a level right there. So he's trying to focus on a footman, and he's got it pretty weak. But I don't think he gets it, because he doesn't have the army in there, and he can't chase footman down very easily anyway. So he has a grunt, and his other grunts are creeping that green camp for some experience. You know, not shabby experience, but not like great experience. It'll get him towards level 2. And his wolves are just chilling out because they're weak. He summons new wolves, and he goes in, and watch the beauty on this timing. Ready, bam. He gets the experience, and you can probably, it's fairly easy to tell when it'll be low. The only thing is, if your opponent, as the person creeping there, always back off of the creeps if they have a ranged unit, because they might steal it, and it's not worth risking it. It really isn't. So Sky tries to surround a grunt, and he picks up a Beastmaster, and that's for the summon power for the tier 2 push I was talking about. He's going to try and own Grubby before he gets his units he wants, and a high level chain wave, because he knows that will be his downfall, is a high level chain wave, and whatever units Grubby wants. So he's going to push to not allow that. It picks off a footman. And whenever you're late tier 1, always just try and pick off a footman, maybe surround Hera. You don't want to attack move, because you're still in the phase where there's not enough units to where you just want to pick one off. But anyway, he goes in and tries to own the Spirit Lodge, but thanks to Chain Lightning, he really can't do that. And now, unfortunately for Sky, he gets his Beastmaster trapped, and Grubby realizes he's going to have to lose a grunt here. But he trades Grunt for a Beastmaster, because even though Grunt was more gold, a hero is 10 more experience, and he can't push without his hero being there. So, yeah. His Farseer's kind of weak, and so is a Grunt, so he's going to go to the back of his base and heal, because he doesn't want those solves to be cancelled. But unfortunately for him, nope, I was going to say the Quilby's chases, but it doesn't. And he surrounds a water elemental to take it out. And whenever you want to take out an elemental, try to do it after the battle. You don't really want to be focusing them during a battle, because they're going to end anyway. But they are pretty easy experience all by themselves, so don't chase it, just surround it. Surround it and kill it. So there you saw a footman and a hero be traded for a grunt. Overall, a pretty good deal for Grubby. And the more important thing though is he stopped that push at his most vulnerable point. Now, if you notice, Grubby just went Grunt Shaman at the moment, and that's a good choice for the Ghostus and even for like moderate levels. But I found that if they can pull off their tier 2 push fairly well, they're gonna kill you pretty easily. So I always put up a Bestiary at tier 2 now, and I put up some Raiders. So yeah, that helped a lot. But anyway, now Sky is back at his base with summons and footmen, and he's owning burrows. And so Grubby like buys some creeps because he realizes his burrows are going down anyway, and he's like, I want an ogre mauler because I'm gonna lose burrows and I want to have units that I can use. Because units I can't use suck. So Sky backs out, but he leaves some footmen behind. Poor footman. So a footman dies, creep dies. But he gets slow on a unit or two, and slow is like the devil versus orc, because it's so horrible. Your units cannot move. I mean, none of your units are particularly fast to begin with, and then you put a spell that reduces their movement speed by a ridiculous percentage, and you have guys that just don't move. I mean, sure, the Torrent Chieftain's aura helps that a lot, so they can kind of move, but they still don't really move. So he speed scrolls in, and he uses Chain Wave, and he purges a sorceress just to kill it. And you always just want to like pick off the little guys in a human army. You just want to like choose someone and pick them off. But Sky calls militia, and you don't want to fight versus militia because you can't win. So Grubby quickly gets his units together, and he puts Farseer in the middle, and then speed scrolls, so that the speed scroll can get on all the grunts, and no one gets left behind with slow on them. Anyway, so it's pretty even at the moment. Grubby has slow in his units, so it's pretty tough to handle, but he has Chain Wave backing him up, so he's decent. He's fine at the moment. He picks off another sorceress, and the thing is right now, although Grubby has slow in his units, he's pretty much gaining as far as food goes, because he's killing a unit, and then they're just doing damage to a unit, and he's running that unit away, and he's trading a unit for for damage, and that's a good trade. So now he gets in a little skirmish here, and he uses wave to rip apart the footman line, and he kills another footman, and he uses chain lightning again. But he doesn't really get anything. So I would only use chain lightning or not so much wave as chain lightning when you can really finish a unit, because for 120 mana, if you're not finishing a unit and he retreats back like that and he's retreating, you wasted 120 mana because he has priests, so he can heal in like a second. It's not that big a deal for him. And he buys 2 clarities. It's very important both your heroes at all times have good mana regen going on versus human, because it's very important that you have chain wave. Anyway, Sky's something smart for all the human players out there. He puts a scout farm out like near the expansion, and Grubby kills it pretty easily. Or actually, he doesn't finish it. He uses a couple of grunts to finish it, even though he could have just finished it with his army. I don't know what's up with that. Anyway, so now he knows that the expansion's being creeped, and he knows there may be an expo. Whereas if no one ever came by the scout farm, he knows there couldn't be an expo there. So just a good piece of scouting by Sky. And for 80 gold, and maybe a peasant if they catch it, it's a pretty good deal. Pretty good deal. So Grubby now is going Wind Riders because he has some grunts, he has some summon. He wants to make sure that he doesn't get owned by air, and he doesn't get, and also they make a really good anti-caster. Like, Wind Riders are Orc's anti-caster, because we don't get a real anti-caster like a Spellbreaker or something. We get Wind Riders, and you'll see what I'm talking about in a moment. Alright, so Grubby sees him at the shop, but his Farseer isn't there, and a couple of grunts get owned, and a very low hit point grunt almost survives. It gets to 4 health, but it survives for a little bit, but it doesn't because slow eventually will take it out anyway. So yeah, he smacks that grunt dead. And it's not looking that great for Grubby. His opponent has HP scrolls, a defense scroll on him, and a lot of summons. But watch, he focuses Wind Riders on casters, and he purges the summons, and he uses Chain Wave on all the casters as well as a Lightning Shield on a Torn Chieftain. Yeah, you see, he makes a move to the back, and he puts Lightning Shield on the Torn Chieftain as well as using Chain Wave on all the sorceresses. Luckily for Sky, though, he brought healing scrolls, and that really countered the effect very well, very nicely. But even still, after using 2 healing scrolls, it still just isn't enough. And he's owning the casters for this Torn Chieftain pretty hard, but Sky seems to spell. So Sky's keeping it pretty even. Grubby is using all his moves on the cast.